Some minds break, some see what's underneath. Welcome to the Clarity Clinic, where healing begins, or so they say. I'm Dr. Aris Chen. I specialize in glass mind syndrome, patients who believe reality is shattering around them. Most are delusional, but Maya is different. She doesn't just see the fractures, she sees what's coming next. She walked into my office, looked at a corner where there was nothing, and said, "You have one too." "A crack," she whispered. "It's small, but it's growing." I dismissed it as another visual hallucination. I asked her about the cracks. She said they're everywhere, in the walls, the sky, even in people. Behind the fractures, something moves, watching us. Most don't notice, but she can't look away. I wrote it off as a standard symptom. Then Maya smiled, a sad, knowing smile that chilled me. "In 5 minutes," she said, "a bird will hit that window. It will die, and you'll feel your past." I watched the clock. Silence filled the room, heavy and suffocating. Then it happened, exactly as she said. A bird hit the glass and fell. My clinical world felt a sudden, sharp tremor. I felt a surge of grief for someone I lost years ago, a memory I'd buried beneath textbooks. Maya saw it all through the cracks in my mind. She saw things I thought were gone forever. "How did you know?" I asked. She told me she sees the past, the future, and other places. I looked where she pointed. For a second, I saw it too. A fracture in the fabric of my own reality. The door burst open. Dr. Solus, the head of the clinic. His smile was professional, but his eyes were ice. "Session's over," he said. "Maya needs her medication." Maya shrank away, her face filled with terror. She pleaded for help as they led her away. I stood there, frozen by the clinical authority I once trusted. "Be careful about believing delusions, Dr. Chen," he warned. "It's not good for your career or your life." He left, and I was alone, but I couldn't shake the feeling that something was watching from the dark. Maya wasn't crazy. Reality is just a fragile layer of glass, and once it cracks, there's no going back. I can feel the shards cutting through my mind. This is only the beginning of the glass mind. To be continued. You saw me. Last time, a patient predicted the future, and I saw something I shouldn't have. Reality is breaking. Now I have to decide, is Maya crazy, or is the world I know just a layer of glass waiting to shatter? I lie awake, staring at the corners of my room, half expecting the plaster to peel away and reveal the abyss. Even my own reflection feels like a stranger, a fragment of a life I don't recognize anymore. The next day I went back. Despite Solus's warning, I needed to know what Maya was seeing. The staff tried to stop me. Solus said no visits, they warned. But the cracks don't wait for permission. I found her in a room that was too white, too silent. She was drawing. She didn't even look up. Her sketches were maps of the mindscape, fractures, eyes, and things that shouldn't exist in a textbook. "I knew you'd come," she whispered. "I saw you walking here, in a crack I found last night." She said the cracks aren't just in the walls. They're in time, in people, in the very air we breathe. Then she showed me her latest drawing, a figure standing on the other side of a fracture, watching. "The Watcher," she called it. "It doesn't just look through the cracks. It's noticed you, Aris." Solus caught us. His anger was a cold wave. "Maya needs medication, not encouragement," he hissed. He ordered me to leave, but as I walked away, Maya mouthed one word that changed everything. "Tonight." I fled that room, my heart hammering against my ribs. The clinic felt like a prison, not a hospital. I passed a crack in the plaster for a heartbeat, and I looked back. When I turned, it was gone. Back at my apartment, the silence was worse. Then the knock came, soft, desperate, like breaking glass. It was Maya. She had escaped. She said she walked through the cracks to find me. They lead everywhere. She said Solus isn't a doctor. He's a guard. Keeping her there so she can't warn the rest of us. "He's not trying to cure the cracks," she cried. "He's waiting for them to open wide enough to let them in." Outside I saw them. Solus and his orderlies. They moved like machines, relentless and unblinking. I chose my side. We ran into the night, two ghosts fleeing a world that was falling apart. The sky itself began to fracture. There is no hiding from the Watcher now. To be continued. Last time, we ran. Solus didn't follow us, and that's when I knew he didn't need to. He knows where we're going before we do. We stumbled through the shadows of the city, avoiding the main roads, but Maya's fear was a constant weight. "He's not following us," she whispered. "He's waiting for us. Wherever we go, he's already there." I asked her where he could be waiting. She just said, "Wherever we're going, he sees through the cracks too." We reached the terminal. The last bus was leaving. I thought if we went far enough, we could escape the clinic's reach. Maya doubted it would matter, but I told her we'd keep running, together, as if togetherness could mend a broken world. We sat in the back, watching the station disappear. I held her hand, but my eyes were fixed on the window. For a second, I saw it again, a fracture spreading across the glass. I blinked, and it was gone. Just a trick of the light. I drifted off for a moment. When I opened my eyes, I wasn't on the bus anymore. I was somewhere else, somewhere empty. A gray abyss, no up, no down, just space. And then a voice spoke, not to my ears, but directly into my mind. "You see me now," it said. "I've been watching you, through her, through the fractures you refused to see." I asked what it was. It told me it was like me once. Then it saw too much. Now it lives between worlds. It showed me a world like ours, but broken. It told me Solus wants to keep it there, but Maya can open the way. I realized the truth. Solus wasn't a guard keeping something out. He was a keeper, holding something in. "I want to go home," the voice whispered. "But my home is gone. So I watch, I wait, I hope." I woke up gasping. Maya knew. She saw where I had been. "Now it knows you," she cried. "Now it can find you." We reached a small town, but it was empty, silent. The air felt charged, like a storm about to break. I told Maya I had talked to it. Her horror was absolute. I didn't understand yet. I had done exactly what Solus wanted. There he was, Solus, waiting for us? He wasn't even surprised. He looked like he was welcoming us home. "You made contact," he smiled. "Maya was too resistant, but you, Dr. Chen, you walked right in. You opened the door." The sky above us began to tear. The fracture was no longer a line. It was a doorway. And the thing from the void reached through. I was never escaping. I was the bait. I was the key that finally turned in the lock of our reality. "Thank you," it whispered. And then the world shattered. To be continued. Last time I made contact with something beyond. Now it's here. And Solus, he's been planning this from the very beginning. The figure emerged fully. It didn't look like a god or a monster. It just looked weary. "So long," it whispered. "It's been so long." Solus stepped forward, his eyes bright with a dangerous obsession. "Welcome home," he said, as if he owned the keys to the universe. But the figure didn't smile. It looked at the city, the sky, and then at Solus. "Home?" it asked. "This is not my home." Solus's smile vanished. "What do you mean? I opened the way for you. I broke reality so you could return." It pointed at the crack. "You opened a door." The voice echoed in our minds. "But you opened it to the wrong place. My home is gone. It's a grave." Solus snapped. "Then you're useless to me," he screamed. He tried to shake the entity, to force it to be the miracle he needed. The figure didn't fight. It just looked at him. "I'm not a weapon, Solus," it whispered. "I'm just a fragment of what was. Like you." Maya understood before any of us. "He wanted to control it," she whispered. "But you can't control grief. You can only live inside it." I stepped forward. I had to know. "Solus," I asked, my voice finally steady. What was this really about? Why Maya? Why me? Solus collapsed. My daughter, he choked out. She died 20 years ago. I thought if I could reach through the cracks, I could find her. I thought I could bring her back. I thought if I found the right crack, the right world, she wouldn't be gone anymore. You wanted to find someone you lost, the figure said. I understand. I've been looking for my home for centuries. It's a hollow search. Solus. She's gone, I said softly. You've spent 20 years building a prison for yourself in Maya. You have to let her go. He looked at me, and for the first time I saw the man behind the mask. I know, he whispered. I've always known. Grief is a door that never closes, the figure told him, but you don't have to live in the doorway forever. You can walk through. The entity began to fade, returning to the silence of its own world. Maya reached out. Wait, where are you going? She cried. Home, it replied. Even if it's empty, it's still mine. Thank you for seeing me. For a moment, I wasn't alone. And then, it was gone. The crack sealed shut. The air felt light again. The nightmare of the Clarity Clinic was over. Solus didn't resist. Take me back, he told his staff. I'm done. I've been done for a long time. Maya asked me what happens now. I told her we live, really live. No more running, no more looking for cracks. 6 months later, we opened a new door. One built on truth, not delusions. Maya is my receptionist now. She's the best I've ever had. A patient came in today. He said he saw cracks in the walls. Maya didn't flinch. She just said, You're not crazy. Come in. We still see them sometimes, but we don't fear them, because now we know. You're never truly alone. The end?